always say that sanitation, waste management is not an event, it's a continuous process.
Yeah.
So whilst it's great for us to bring it to the fore and have people talk about it, and as I'm doing this morning, I'm also not in bed relaxing. So it's not just the journalist, it's all the public servant.
True.
But yeah, so clearly we understand that waste and the proper management of waste is important for our health. It's important for the environment. It's increasingly important even for the economy, because with concepts like, you know, the circular economy, understanding that if we minimize waste, we use, we reuse, we recycle, we're able to actually get value products from waste. And so for us at Freetown City Council, it's been quite a journey. For those of you who were around in 2017 and 2018 when I decided to run for mayor, you remember that the streets of Freetown were very, they had challenges. And that although we still have challenges, we've come a long way. And that's because of the systems that we've put in place and the strategies that we've employed. And so if we think about waste, we think about waste in two ways. First of all, you've got to remember that there's solid waste and there's liquid waste. And most times when we talk about waste, people are just thinking about solid waste. What you see, you know, the plastic cans, the plastic bottles, that's what people focus on. But of course, we also have the waste that comes from our bodies that also needs to be treated and disposed of and managed well. So at Freetown City Council, we work both on solid waste and on liquid waste. And then with respect to the solid waste, on a day like today, I think it's a good opportunity to talk to Freetonians about what we've done and what's coming. And in anything that you do, in order for you to be able to have maximum success, you have to have carrots and sticks, incentives and enforcement. And I've been back in office for just about 4 months now, and we've focused in this 4 months on making sure we get some of our sticks right. And for that, we've needed to review our bylaws. So I'm not sure how you'd like us to do this. I can go straight into that and explain to listeners, to viewers, what the new system is going to be, what those bylaws are going to require.
Policies and also.
Yes.
Go ahead.
So let me go. Okay, ready. So the bylaws that exist at the moment for sanitation were done in 2010. So they were passed in 2010, and they're kind of almost an after the fact, because it says that it's a crime for you to litter. So if we catch you dropping your cigarettes, a packet, or taking your garbage from your house and dropping it in the gutter, that's a crime. But if that's the crime, then maybe it's too far down the road for us to prevent the behavior. What it's going to do is deter people to a certain extent, but everybody knows that council only has 150 Met Police and there are 1.5 million people in the city. So you know your chance of being caught, you know, is quite slim, even though we've tried to get more community policing. We've worked with the chiefs, and I'll come on to that and explain about that. We've now set up a meeting with the Police Partnership Board for community policing as well, and I'll come on to that. But let me just come back to, this was the law. So if we catch you, and this program is in English, or can I speak Creole?
Sure.
I want to talk Creole because I really want people to understand. I want the maximum people then follow. So the way how the law been there, if you eat dirty, the law go bet you. But we want change now. We want to let the law bet you before you eat the dirty. Because certain things in there where if you not do them, we know say you get for eat that dirty. And it go be easier for let we police them right at the start. So how would it do them? And this is not the whole idea now where we talk about, you know, International Day of Zero Waste, without the more now recycling, but you get for start at even outside the waste to be produced. So the new bylaw, and for make I just explain to famble them, the bylaws with council or any council, not just Freetown City Council, any council, where they want to put bylaw in place, now process you get for go through. You get for go through consultation, you get for take that bylaw, they go to the Ministry of Local Government. The Ministry of Local Government, then you have to pass them to the Attorney General's office for let them draft them. That way, we then go able can go Parliament, then lay on a Parliament before it turn law. So waiting we don't do, we don't already spend time for work on waiting the law go mean, how it go be. We don't do that consultation. We don't get series of consultations where we bring in the private sector, community people, the police, but we also do consultation where we bring in the members of parliament, where they in their committees, then we're relevant. We bring in the local government ministry, and we even bring in somebody from the Attorney General's office so then they don't begin hearing. So we don't get all them consultation. We don't meet with the Minister of Local Government. We don't explain that to them. And instead buy the idea. So now, outside the law day, now this week coming, we officially write and submit them to the local government ministry so that they now can pass them to the Attorney General's office and on to Parliament. But I can tell you, say where the consultation when they go on, the parliamentarians when they do, civil society when they do, all man to talk, yes, this is right, that this we need. So we get our kind of acceptance. So we say excited, the parliamentarians until we say, then go pass the law soon as. So waiting the law get for say. The law now, they take this Freetown don't be go 1.2 to 1.5 million people in the city here, and every day more people than they come. Yeah. So we manage the city, we divide them first of all into, and we don't do this from the last administration where I've been the first time as mayor, but not to be in law. Now we don't divide the city into 8 blocks. Because what you want for check on performance, you want for able to get small side where you go compare block 1 to block 2. You compare block 3 to block 6. You know how things and they go. Because you go need for know how the pickup, how the process they go, how the effectiveness of the bylaw implementation they go block by block. If you just left them broad, it go difficult. So we don't divide them into the 8 blocks where we use the former wards. We know the wards not there again because of the PR, but we still get them demarcation them. So every 6 of the old wards, now 1 block. So from 399, take 6 of them, 1 block. And so till you reach ward 446, when are the last of the wards in Freetown. Okay, you don't divide it into blocks. Now wait till the next 3 to do. Remember, the bylaw before being say, if we catch you eat the dirty, then an offense. Now we say, we know say, the reason why Boku people they eat the dirty, some man just not care. Unfortunately, people then they we can afford. They not get no money issue. You know, you go see at the same all the time, and something then I can stop people. Then na the street I can calm down. You go see person in a big vehicle. It fling dirty in the street. I can really think, say, and you know the same one, we'll go on social media, begin talk about how Freetown dirty. You did forget, say, your own action, now in the lead to the dirty. I can always say, dirty not the common sky for them. The dirty within the street na Freetown. Now me, you, neighbor, now we put on there. So, knowing, say, this dirty within the street, now us, it come out. Now shop, it come out. Now restaurant, it come out. Now business, sometimes you go past, you see all the packet, the box them, of them paper, where they don't use pan them business, or the goods them, where they don't buy wholesale, then don't open a retail, you see them fling them na streets. That day, the dirty they come out. So who said the dirty they come out, that day we carry the logo. So wait till we do. The laws go say now, and I will explain how we go make the capacity self increase. The law go say now, it is compulsory. That means to say, oh man, by law, you for register with who that they collect you dirty, and that person they for be FCC approved. We been not talking before. We been not say like, oh man, register. Remember we been say fine in Freetown, but not to be in law. So some man, he do unwillingly out of in civic responsibility. So other man, we in no say not to anything we then go catch and pan. Person they come for can register for collecting dirty. I left me you know, I get what I give. Then go give Christmas. Then go give Pekin. Then go give them one day we don't tell them I say illegal. That one we pass with bag, clean salon. How you see you give them the dirty. How you see them give them the money. Then they go to the next corner. Now they then left them. So now we see all them bags of dirty all over. Now the clean salon and we don't announce over and over again to Freetonians and say they're not approved by council. So we go make it easy let council know who they approved, who not approved. So now the law go say everybody for be registered for let we council approved waste collector collect your dirty. I've been saying we split the city into 8. We now don't go through a process. We very soon go to procurement for advertise. For let we get who that then go want for can be service providers for one block. So you can come and say, Mina experienced waste collector, you show the evidence, you go through the bid process. Inside one block, we'll say, inside one ward right now, how many, no, inside the block, we get about 10,000 households.
And for one waste collector?
Inside one block.
For one waste collector.
Yeah, but so you don't see no to small kind waste collector. This get for B. This get for B business. Yeah. You know, and then we youth groups that we don't the work. Some of them don't strong. Then they come together as a consortium for letting them be business, let them grow. You get people like Masada, where of course don't show interest and go want forbid. You get people them like Mr. Clean, but you get other people that were not in the business before, where they say this business, we don't see the business model because we do the business model. We should and say, if you invest in this business for can collect dirty, we DBN, we make sure say, if you now want to be approved, we enforce. So then no say, that dirty day, it go generate revenue for them, and then we go no say the dirty be collected. Where the dirty collected, you know go even a street. So family one say, how then they collect the dirty and waiting go be the cost. When I go members say now, with the property rate system, we don't get every house na Freetown. We get the satellite image we've been doing 2019. We don't order for the updated one for 2024. So now we go able to see any house where we miss, we go get all. We get you geo plus code that we know the longitude and latitude. We know we able with phone we able to find you house. So every house and we get the photos because if you ever see property rates, you know see the photo of the house daily. So with that information then now we know who that's in property rates, they pay below 500 leons for the year. We know who that they pay between 500 and 2 million for the year. And we know who that they pay above 2 million for the year. So that don't give you some idea of the different hosts them. And we know say you get collections them we depend on the size, you know. So some hosts sometimes not twice a week. Some hosts now once a week, depending on if you day below that 500, because we don't know, see this is not small place. So the bins them, we give every household bin, their plastic dustbin, I think now 120 liters. We distribute them with your demand notes for your dirty. Because the way thing happened before, the waste provider, even big as Masada be, then say if we get all the consultation, they explain to me, they say, Mayor, Sunday we don't collect posting dirty for 1 month. Where you go for let them pay you? Then tell you say no, they pay you. Then tell you say they don't want you again. What do you go do? You did go court for that money day? You not go able. The one them with tricycle groups, same thing. Oh no, I don't want you again. I don't take other person. They not pay them. So that inconsistency, that lack of an ability to enforce, that lack of clarity about who that don't get waste provider, who that not get, they allow people them for get through the system and if them dirty in a street. So waiting we go do now, where you don't bid, we don't get the waste collectors, una don't be approved, una not the act for una sefo, na Freetown City Council na we day before. Now Freetown City Council now they collect everybody in dirty when the new system starts. Now we logo go there. Sometimes if then other company, they don't go in at the back. But what you go see at the front, na FCC. So FCC now they charge every household. I can't tell you the exact amount now, but just know say it go be reasonable. Every household, because we been still letting waste collectors in charge and then collect from una. But some man they do, some man not they do. So because we all concerned about zero waste in the city, because we all this sick, where you you dirty inside water, then it go inside the water table, then other person take another water well. We all this sick, where if you do the test, you go find out say fecal sludge. Waiting to come out of the toilet. It didn't have so many of the water sources. We all get the typhoid. Every day people then they get typhoid. So let we all join in. Let this be a joint effort. So with that, everybody they get then bill. Every household they get you bill for your dirty. The one day we win the bid, then they work on behalf of FCC. We go monitor their performance, and the system go be an easy one. We introduce a digital system where you make you where you the register when the can I then say na me there na me there na this community na me they collect the waste, you the register that information, then they get and digitally, we have to get and digitally. When they collect you dirty, where you have the put na your phone say they don't collect the dirty, so FCC go know from the consumer, from the resident, say the dirty don't collect before ever we go accept them for say go be part of the payment. So that in a nutshell go reduce the waste, because we bring the waste collection to every household and we put them through as the bylaw.
So what about the areas then for the market and business places? Because if you look right now Lumley Bridge, there's a piles and tons of that. It's unbearable.
Yes,
and those bridges and all these things. So what are the provisions apart from the house? So you just mentioned
yes.
the policies and laws being put in place.
That same policy applied to the businesses, to the commercials.
How is it? Because like I mentioned, huge pile of dirty. We need to see people and go in there. In fact, they keep dumping it more and more, which makes it
it's getting worse.
Exactly.
So that Lumley, if you remember when I was mayor, one day we now get that Juba Bridge turned dirty box. Whilst I was away, 9:30 start. Thankfully, because waiting not happen now, it all require a massive effort. We're going to have to use machines. So over the last few weeks, I only put things in place. We're not able to forget some funding, because we not go just do Lumley. That Juba Bridge is very bad. It's become an illegal dump site in my absence, but not today no more. So if you remember, when I've been mayor before, we can always, before the rainy season, do what we call flood mitigation. I remember 2018, that the first time that we began to use that word there, and one of the things making so gratifying and satisfying, the way you bring in a word into a vocabulary and you see it take off. Freetonians and flood mitigation arrived in 2018, and now they're with us to stay. So I'm really glad for that. But I can assure you, the team are working on it. We have the funding in our reach now. We account yet, but we've got the no objection for getting money from the NLC and the World Bank. They provide with the support, because that's going to be a massive exercise, and the support is not just for flood mitigation, for Lumley, it is for the flood mitigation process, because we've been day in a project with them. We've been getting some capacity building element. That part they don't small money left, so we say to them, well, can we use it for do the flood mitigation, given say we just come back into office. When I come in office in October, we will get 3 months of salary backlog, and for council every month of salary now over $1 billion. So we will get for do that, then we will get some court cases, various things. So we we really appreciate the fact that there was this funding and now it can be used for the flood mitigation. So expect that by the weekend, not today, Friday, not this weekend, unfortunately, but by the coming weekend, you will see that work start and that priority, but it'll be right across the city.
So has there been any thoughts, because we're talking about human capital development and so on, providing job for people, because especially with the fragile economic as such, in other places and parts of the world, this now way of making money.
Yes.
Way of employment for young people.
So what do you feel say they clean the streets?
Of course, it's the young people.
You feel say they be paid?
But yeah, they haven't, they're little, but of course we've had issues of, them saying that, they get their money, something, but it will take months, so on and so forth, issues one way or the other. So has there been a way of, for ensure for sensitize people that, these things, especially the Lumley community, because we have a lot of homeless people there, and a lot of people under that bridge, they won't even get a job. In fact, they've embarked on this whole drug issue and all this.
In fact, it's the other way around.
Yes.
Now the drug issue, now in care, then go under the bridge. Not to under the bridge, then start.
Yes. So, has there been any way for try for bring these people together, young people, and say, money they right in front of our face.
Yeah.
This is something that you can earn living from.
Yeah.
But, when I just don't know. So this is the way. How about I teach you guys, say, if you see plastic, you see bottle, you can sell it to this and this.
Okay,
and so forth.
Very good point, and I'm glad you bring them up. I will take them on two levels. It's very important for understand, say, we're person in drug addiction. That's a sickness.
True.
And I go come on to, before we're done, I go come on to waiting we did do. We've been working on this even before I left. I not be no say where I left, so where I go come back, the thing go to this kind crisis level. But I will tell you what you do. But it's not when someone is addicted, especially with a substance as horrible, as toxic, as dangerous as this kush we did in a salon at the moment. Just saying to them, come make money. Look, the clean salon guys, most of them are kush addicts. That's why they've come into the space. Because they realize, say, people they want for trade and dirty, they want to do them cheap, so they come and say, dirty day, and just take whatever you give them in order to go feed their habit. Yeah. So that's a whole other discussion, and we're not for mix them up. But it's very important, and we need to address them. Coming back to the question of job creation, that is critical and key. The young people where they collect the garbage now, that is a job. That's been a life-changing job. We have interviews where we don't do, we person will tell you, say, through this dirty where they collect, now don't done university. We get graduates them, people who don't do MBA from collect dirty. We don't send them picking and go school. We get one guy, I can always call Fino because I just love the way he describes it. Fino get twins. It is sending picking and go in twin and go private school because of the dirty way they collect. And I build the biggest Osnine village. So if you are serious and hardworking, even though we didn't have it as a law, you still have many people. We're willing for then collect and dirty legally. So that's a whole business. But now we'll strengthen it. So USA, you're going to get 5% in the community. We say, yes, I pay for me dirty. And you get 15, we say no. Now all 20. Required by law, and we would be easy for now to go systematically like what we do for enforced property rates for going to your and say, would I register with Showy? And we said, in fact, we didn't even see them from your own database because it's all integrated. So that will definitely mean the job creation. So when I talk about the big businesses, we want to do it. We don't want to deal with 500 different waste collectors. So we're encouraging them to work as collectives, whether through a company or cooperative. But all of those people are going to need to give work to others for do that massive increase. So we currently have, theoretically, because we know, say, we get this non-payment issue, but we had, before I left office, the waste collectors been now registered 40,000 households. That was from 8,000 when we start. Now we're talking about, we have 121,000 households in the city. We're there on the property rate. We have, 50,000 odd businesses. So imagine how big the market is now. So from a job perspective, and we definitely not want, we're not even possible. So many times, Aki, oh, thank you. So many times, Aki, you see people on Facebook, oh, this is the ancient way for work, one another use machine, because Freetown doesn't have the broad streets and the, you know, the paved sidewalks. We don't. You know, we have informal settlements. There's been no planning. There's no building permit regime which is effective. So consequently, we need a system that works for us. We need people to be able to collect garbage from Mainkine, you know, and from Kamayama, and fancy trucks with brooms sweeping the streets. Yes, that's not going to work here, because when we don't get infrastructure, which is obviously a national government issue, not a city council issue, when that's there, then we can come with those. But right now we need to come with what works. So on your question of jobs, you also touched on recycling. Very important. So what are we doing? A lot. So we do recycling, and I'm going to stick, because so far all the conversation has been solid waste. So I'm going to stick with solid waste, and then when we come to liquid waste, I will talk about liquid waste. But on the solid waste, we have a number of partners where we do support, because we believe in enabling, creating the space. So the transfer stations, which were built 3 years ago, more than 3 years ago, 2020, and as you know, it was very dramatic, and they were never allowed to operate, and now they fell into disrepair. They're being refurbished. The one in Lumley was already done by January. We went for Openham in January and begin for Wokutam. But why did we stop? Because we're doing recycling at the transfer station. We recycle plastic, and the initial model didn't have any mechanics. That means simply we hired waste pickers for letting waste separators. But then, through conversation with one of we partners, when EPS, Enviro Pyramid Solutions, yes, Waleed. Waleed has a factory, and another organization, another company also has a factory where they needed plastic for make building materials. So Waleed say, okay, wait till me go do, because I really want the plastic, me to put a conveyor belt in the transfer station. So we have the conveyor belt, but guess what? A conveyor belt needs 3-phase meter, not 1-phase meter. So we start the process now with EDSA, forget the 3-phase meter. We don't get a 3-phase meter. Now how do you get the 3-phase power? Look around, no pole. You'd be amazed at the things that really hold up progress.
Solar system.
But you don't just do it overnight. Yes, so you know, you need funding for that, and we can get a 3-phase meter and a 3-phase pole faster than we can get the funding for the solar system. But the good news is, one of the neighbors, and I want to say a big shout out, I'm going to put them on the spot and say thank you at the same time, Leon Code, and get 3-phase meter and 3-phase pole. So we don't write to them yesterday, and they've agreed that we can connect to that pole. So finally, you know, 3 months later, we will now be able to start doing the sorting. In addition to that, we set up collection points around the city for the collection of plastic for feed to these 2 operators who need plastic. And it is a business. So there's you get working capital up front and a phone, and then you collect the plastic, and then they collect them from you. So it's a supply chain. And our role in that supply chain is simply to help everybody move along. So we get there. And like I say, it's a question of systems.
So now, you've mentioned about the waste collectors, and already there's a challenge that's being posed. For example, some of the clean salon guys that you've mentioned. So how effective will it be with these waste collectors, where we wouldn't see people who would still be impersonating, and probably the same thing, collect the waste and just dispose of it how they want to?
So now with this system, like I say, you're going to get a waste collection bill from the council. So council, they can't give you demand notes. So you will know, say, when the person come, it forgets a ID. You go no clearly say, and we will advertise. When the bid process is over, we go make people know, say, in this, for these areas, now this, now your waste collection provider in this area, in this waste collection. So there's going to be a lot of media. Speaking of media, FCC the Can Start, FCC Hour. Tune in on our on our Facebook page, FCC Hour. I think, oh my word, is it Thursdays at 3? Thursdays at 3. Starting from the week after next. But this kind of information we go able for the Guinness is going to be on Facebook Thursdays at 3 p.m. Freetown City Council Facebook page, and we'll probably see if we can link it to my page as well. Okay. So that's how we'll do it, through information. But you know, say people will always try and break the law. That's just what happens in life. You know, people have been breaking the law since time immemorial, and they'll continue to try. So we'll continue. We get a meeting yesterday with security sector. When I came in as mayor, we had 100 Met Police. In 2020, for the first time since 2010, 10 years later, we were able to recruit 50 more. So that took us to 150. But think about the numbers, it's still so small. And then you get a natural attrition. Some man get for retire, some man get for sick, some man get for left the country, some man get for decide they want to do other kind of work. So we're down back to 100. And now what we've done, actually it's not quite 100, it's probably about 120. What we don't decide for do is sometimes it's not just about the numbers, it's about the effectiveness. Yeah. So we bring in, we engage IG Fire Selu, and you're able for Giwi an embedded CSP from the Australian police, when now they with we at the council, with we all Met Police. Why? Because time then day where we own force not go enough, it go able call to the LUC alumni, call to the LUC Eastern Police easily for say we can please calmly we support this action we council want take. So that the kind of increase we number without increasing we number, if you understand what I mean. Then the other thing we do, we able forget a retired military officer, we been in the military police, we instead don't come it did at the council, and it help with the effectiveness for do the operations orders. It's because when you're small and we get a lot what we want to achieve with this new system, all you need for make sure say you really get the best enforcement. We still get for recruit. We know that we don't decide till we go recruit, but in the meantime we sharpen and we strengthen. So to your question again, in terms of the enforcement, we are expecting that even we have a long way to go, but even we go be more effective in this space.
With collecting garbage as well, for example, around the market areas, I would want to know as well, how would that be done?
That's on us. So we had challenges. Like I said, sometimes it's not about the numbers, not about the effectiveness, not about the culture, not about the commitment to work. So we realize, say, when I come I look the whole situation with the markets, because market women can call me say, Mayor, they not can collect the dirty, Mayor, they not can collect the dirty. Some tell you even reach a point where some market women then go say, Mayor, then the traders then they say if they not collect the dirty, they not go pay market dues. And you can understand them point. So I think, I say with me, the department we're responsible for markets. Now they get the most interest in the market. The sanitation department, then not generally cleaning, but that appreciation of the challenges of a marketplace in all that, and if the consequences of a trader saying I not go pay market dues, they're not the feel them, not the markets department the feel them. So we change everything. We put the markets team in charge of sanitation in the markets. So now the deputy head of markets, when at John Levy, now in the wake 5 o'clock morning, it all reached na the works yard, in the send the trucks them to the markets. In get relationship with in boss Desmond Thomas, now they get relationship with the markets already. So if something happened, now they send the call. So that's made market collection more effective. Then because as well they are there, we also don't institute now it should be every week, but so far it don't be twice, and we get there because there's a lot going on in the markets. I'll quickly touch on them. But now then they do deep clean of the markets within the come with fire force, you know, with water and clean. They don't do Bombay Street Market a couple of weeks ago, and then do, well, more than a couple of weeks, so maybe about 4 or 5 weeks ago, then do Bombay Street Market, and then a couple of weeks ago, then do Crouton Road Market. But they will now, you know, I don't ask them for give me a schedule. We have 42 markets. Let them show me week by week which market is having the deep clean. So that's what we're doing. So markets we know they outsource. We make sure say we have a handle on that directly. Just a quick point I want to bring on the markets as well, where we talk so. So one of the challenges we get with the street dirty, of course I mentioned say Bokupman from their Osti dirty they come out. But of course we also get, when you get street trading, you get Boku dirty. So back in 2018, we will do Operation Pushback. But we also do no street trading. Because of all the various things that happen, where I think we all know, in the end, we not be able to continue with the enforcement because we didn't have the revenue. So now, coming back, one of the first things they want to do, now for call the Traders Council, call me Trade Department, call the police, and we sit around the table and we say, okay, let's decide. And we call SLRA as well, the SFNDD, Ministry of Transport SFNDD actually. Let we decide whose side we go accommodate trading, because street trading happens everywhere in the world. If you know London, you've got Borough Market, you've got Camden Market, you have street markets. And in our case, the lead time for build a new market, a day. It takes a while. We're completing the new market in Wilberforce Village, and then we're going to start a new market in this Salad Ground Garrison Street area within the next few months, you know. But it takes time. I mean, the Sarah Grounds Market, which is being done by NACID, still not open. So with all of that in mind, wait till we go do, because the dirty self affected greatly by that proliferation of trading all over the place. Not to mention the access, lack of access for motorcar, for people them, you know. So we discuss with them, because I can always say, further together. If you want to do something with the traders, bring the traders to the table. Let we all discuss them. So collectively we agree on 23 streets, where for the last 6 weeks, then don't they do intensive sensitization. Because people can say, hey, it not go work. Well, it not go work if you go with cane being person, because when you accommodate, then they go back. And we've seen that time and time again. I believe in conversation. I believe in engagement. I believe in people then getting buy-in. So we don't sit down, we don't talk. First we do 3 weeks sensitization. Then we realize, say, you know, let we sensitize more. So then 23 streets include Shekhar Stevens streets from Riverfield Street go up. It include Campbell Street. It include Sanders Street. It include Pademba Road. It include Big Waterloo Street, Small Waterloo Street. These places are all going to be strictly no street trading. And the sensitization don't be done between we, FCC, and the Traders Council themselves, and the enforcement could be done with we all. We get a meeting where even the ONS come, where we talk about the enforcement, where themselves when they say, oh, but then go back. But we say, that challenge that they happen, you dread person, you know, show waiting at the alternative. The way we did do we did show you say, okay, we don't want to let you there, but now yanda, we did accommodate you. So that way the people then not lost their livelihood. Because if you say this woman at this it sell this for like feeding Pekin, you no matter how many times you alapanam, it can for come back. Because you're not gonna make it Pekin starve. So where you want for the woman, no day, sure outside go day so that in no say it go still able feeding Pekin. So now that's what we do at the moment. At the same time, we're doing a process of registering the traders. So that trader registration process is being done digitally. So we built an app. All the data they be uploaded. So we know your name, usai you the sell, wait till you the sell. And that way they usai we don't want you, we know say you know for the day. And we're in the process of procuring. We haven't actually started. Let me say we research the procurement of, because we get some information which I forget from China. For let we get umbrellas, when a uniform umbrella, we go be blue, we go right Freetown City Council. So if you're an authorized trader in an authorized street, you'll have the umbrella. If you're not authorized, you won't have the umbrella. So it will be easy for let we know, say, yeah, you so there, yeah, you know, so there.
Can we quickly talk about funding? Because you've mentioned a lot of data collection, how you get for the managed and data, then they include in data on markets women as well, the waste project that you want to implement, having all this data put together and implementing, for example, providing these bins, these umbrellas and all of that. How would this come in? Yes.
Okay, so combination. So we have the traders, like I said, for the umbrellas, let's start with the umbrellas. For the umbrellas, we investigate the cost. But I'll let you know, say traders, then they buy umbrella now. Okay? For the sun. Then everybody, most, watch no more, you go see the umbrella. So it's a question of, you know, a choice of where you purchase, as opposed to just purchasing anything anywhere you purchase from us. And we get for look into the cost. You know, so far they don't give you some quotes, but you know, anything and then you shop around and then you get for go through a procurement process when you get for get the best value. So with Dande now, there will be a potential mix. We're looking at the possibility of them paying overtime, possibility of an offset from the registration fees, but we're not able to talk now until we actually understand the cost. For the bins, it will be built into your bill, and it will be paid over time. So not to just, you know, so you know, we know for somebody can't say till they can buy this. When you put time on your bill, by the time you don't pay for you waste for the year, you don't pay for the bin done. If we're able to get grant funding, we will apply grant funding to the bins. But what we not intend for do. Now for sit down, clap and clap foot, say we wait for lepers and can't green money for do this. This now is city. And now you then talk about resource mobilization domestically. We're really building our resource base because we move into carbon credits with Freetown, the tree town. I remember when people when they laugh and say, where the trees? Aki always just send the link because our trees are not hidden. You know, you have a URL code, we can share, it's on my phone, I can put it on the screen, go and you go see each tree. And you go see the face of the person, we're responsible for that tree when I monitor. You go see the identification number, you go see the species of the tree. Because we have that quality of data, we are able now to embark on a project where we go through a verification process and a registration process so that we go able to get people them we want for offset then greenhouse gas emissions. So okay, so climate change, you get companies then where they pollute the environment, where they do things them where in order for letting continue their business, they can want to say, okay, well for this business, it still get for produce these emissions. Even when person they fly in an airplane, it produce emissions. So man go say, for let and no say me I know they do bad to the planet, let also invest in trees. So waiting I do in terms of waiting I produce, I the offset them by investing in trees where they remove this bad gas from the atmosphere. Now they we come in because we build a platform now we're possibly able to say when me want for offset me carbon I invest in Freetown the tree town. How do they invest? Then they give me money for plant the trees, for plant more trees, create more jobs, and then small go left as profit. So counsel the increase in revenue. Yesterday or day before yesterday, was it day before yesterday? I think it was day before Friday. I think it was on Tuesday or Wednesday. I think it was on Wednesday. We had the project steering committee for the cable car. The cable car could be a new mode of transport in Freetown. We had different stakeholders at the table for letting receive, and we present to them the preliminary findings of the feasibility study, which shows say it technically feasible, it financially feasible, environmentally feasible. And with that, FCC will be a partner in that mix day. We get forget a private sector operator, but there will be revenue that will come to FCC. So just coming back to your point, Lizzie, the idea is that we not stay static. You know, we need to build revenue base so that we can deliver services. At the moment, we need to start with everybody. Tem go day, always, when you generate waste, that waste day for be paid for. You know, and there will be challenges down there for sure. So man go say, well, what you get for doing a Crew Bay community, or what you get for doing a Susan's Bay community? You dey go get yourself bin, you know? And this is something we've been really thinking about. Do we have a more communal kind of collection arrangement in informal settlements? But whatever the situation, we get to think through very carefully. We're still working this through. The law will say every household needs to have their waste collected, because what you don't want to let people, they continue to take their waste and even at the water side. Because, you know, I can tell people, say, they see a proud bad. You eat the dirty at the water side, it can't give it back na Lumley Beach. You did see her all day. It travel all the way back. So we really need a comprehensive solution where we not left anybody out. All man in waste for be collected. But again, just as how we do the traders, where we engage, anything for let you succeed. Na talk na ngeta. You get for talk. People need to understand themselves.
So, you know, I'm talking of generating funds and Abuano, what's on our relationship before going forward? What's our relationship with FCC and tourism?
Oh, very.
Okay, so the reason why I asked, especially in terms of the soft drink cans, you know, we do produce we local pots them, not the country. Has there been any thoughts, or because I meant for instance, so you can go out, try to see how you can, you know, attract people to come in, or investors, or funding, and so on and so forth. Has there been a thought around for see how they forget an investor, or we go invest? Because in Sierra Leone, we actually make very strong pots then for cook. And for me, I haven't seen that being showcased or, you know, or being, you know, advertised there for people and for Nova say they produce such, you know, strong pots. Has there been a thought of trying to get an investor, make them say, oh, this is what we have, and we use it through this local means, we get people them, especially now Kubi, where they make them and type, yes.
And you know, it's in the guidance can do. You see this, the street bins that we don't put out, where you for just where the waka you put you dirty inside. You know, you notice that the design change, eh?
Yes.
You know why? For them guidance for them pots. Because then they go, then they pull with domot, then scatter all them pen they can, then they left the dirty, then go make them pots. They left with the trouble. But you know, again, I think that to be honest, I haven't thought about those guys for a while. I think it's in a good conversation where we need to forget how we can engage them. We know side and day how we can engage them so that the supply chain of the cans them go be more organized. Yes. They're not going to cause we problem in order for letting get in cans. And
those pots can be used also, you know, for doing imports, have investors, work money and all.
Yes.
People are just focused on the plastics.
Yes.
Forgetting the cans. We actually generate funds quickly.
And investors in tourism is slightly different. But you know, although there are overlaps clearly, but I think say you point, and you know it's 18. Sorry. Sonia, you were 18, Sonia. We shouldn't always think about outside. Let's think about inside. Let's tell you about 3 Sierra Leoneans right now within the recycling space. We're waiting and they do very, very exciting. And they not go outside. These are Sierra Leoneans. You get Christina Bunton Williams, where they recycle the jelly, coconuts, kanda. It make them into briquettes for clean cooking. It also they make them into paper. It make paper bags. You know, we don't always need, you know, she starts small and she grows. You get this young man, Kojo, where when he work in a Sierra Hotel, where instead don't build a factory, it use plastic for make roof tiles. They're so nice. They look so professional. They're done with such high quality. It use clay for make bricks. Okay, go say clay not to recycling, but in this case now, where we get this extreme heat, clay a cool building product, right? So it makes the clay and the cement. This is local. Then you get Chukuma Johnson, Victor, where they use now organic waste for make biogas, so that where it patch Gary, instead of then use charcoal, it use the biogas from the organic waste for make that Gary. And let's tell you what we do now on liquid waste. I sure say people that don't see the wastewater treatment plant at King Tom. I believe say the news don't go. We started that in 2019, 2018 the idea. We able for construct in 2020, 2021 it being operational, it go operational. Now we able for make from waiting the common toilet from me and your body. We able make briquettes for cooking, biogas. We direct from the toilet, we get toilet na the site, na the wastewater treatment plant. It's a pretty blue color, light blue. From the pipe, they go into the geo bag, where the bacteria and the inside. From there, the pipe, they go out. We get a demonstration kitchen. Usai, you the able light cook stove with the gas from the toilet. You able light generator with the gas from the toilet. We also use that same fecal sludge for make compost for use for farming. So without we go out, it's not just a question of bringing investors in. It's about us making it possible, working together. Like with Christina, so we want for where they do the briquettes. You don't do small scale. Now, I think she lives in Regent. But for let it be more economically viable, it come and say, Mayor, I can get space in Kingdom for Duande because I'll be closer to the product, be closer to the buyers. So I say, of course. So with the Gear and Space Day, so council is partnering in that way. Not to pass we put money, not just a question of what's your problem, how can we help you? You know, there's a paper manufacturer, paper recycling. Although in with the wait for come, I hope you're listening to me because from where they fix appointment, they know they come. But somebody they 2 we don't they want for make their egg boxes, and we're like we're up for it. We will help you collect the paper. Go up for make systems they in place so that your collection will be easier. So now where we don't talk about the cans. I know where those guys are in Kube. Yeah. I think Safa look them up and see what we can do in terms of making their process more efficient so that then Saf could get more value as a city.
Okay, Madam Mayor, we actually don't have so much time now. We'd like to wrap up. But before you go, what will be your last message to Freetonians, especially when it come to littering the state, taking care of our dirt? You know, one of them is Sonia. Whilst I was on the street, somebody rolled down a window as well, and you know, this one was actually spit out. Oh. I wanted to just get down and you know, but that's I've given you the opportunity now to talk to Freetonians, you know, as we try to round up now, being that today is also the Zero Waste Day and all of that, so you have the opportunity.
As we don't hear it, we in a Freetown City Council. We really did try. But I did tell you, if Freetonians then decide, say, then go continue for take then dirty, look up like Hillcourt Road. We know exactly who side that dirty they come out. People then way we all know, say, they dress fine, get responsible jobs, you know. When you dirty, you Kumbra, you Papana Os, I want to let you ask yourself, you young girl, you young boy, where they dress tip top. I can always, when I can do a program, I can say, I want to let all man stop and ask themselves the question, who signed me dirty to go? Some man can say they don't know. If you don't know that, you not meet your civic responsibility, you for know. Some man can just, you uncomfortable at his seat. But the time don't come. Let I quickly mention something else on the tree planting. When we all feel the heat, no so? Nobody no day. Today the temperature is going to be 32 degrees. When are almost 90 degrees Fahrenheit. This heat not be for be so bad if we not be cut every tree where they around. So I want for appeal to Freetonians, even when we talk about the dirty, let we also know say, even now you compound, if fine forget tick, this idea say you know one tick around you, the heat where we experience could be significantly reduced. We the plant, and we could continue for plant. Along the right of way, last week we get a meeting, me, the Minister of Lands, the local government deputy minister with the DG of SLRA. All three institutions, according to we own policies, the three institutions say them policy nor the call for let them give permit for let people that occupy the right of way. And yet the right of ways they all occupy. And because the right of ways they occupy, we're not able to plant flower then day, we're not able to plant trees then day, we're not able to plant grass day. So, you know, this now, waiting then can call dilemma. You Freetonian, you want you city fine. But you Freetonian, you know one pay for tray you dirty. You know what you want for dana the right of way. So to now we get for ensure say we don't go off air? Okay. We get for ensure say we do the right thing. We make the right decision. So my last word to we all on this International Day of Zero Waste, on this Good Friday as well. Let we take responsibility for no say as Freetonians. Now we go make the transformation of Freetown possible. Elect Mayor walk from morning to night, which she does.
This morning I see the woman that they clean, you know, along
yeah, and every day it happens every day. But as long as we Freetonians continue to do the wrong thing, the Freetonians we buckle 1.2, 1.5 million people, the cleaners are not buckle each way. So let we all play with part. The new law they come out soon, the new system they come out soon. Let we embrace them and no say from the perspective of tourism, a clean city, a healthy city, an attractive city, go welcome, it go invite, it go attract visitors to a city. We go create more jobs. We go build the economy. We go make the lives of all Freetonians better. In this next phase of Freetown, as mayor, last time it was hashtag transform Freetown. We get to do a lot more, but I can tell you now, this time it's hashtag transform Freetown, transforming lives. It's all about the jobs, but we not going to succeed unless we all join hands.
1 minute, Madam Mayor. I also want you talk to citizens that way probably even round the fence, high grass or they don't even care about keeping their surrounding clean as well. That's that. Even as we talk about littering the streets and all of that, but we surroundings as well.
Yeah. And you know, again, the 2010 bylaws being talk about the responsibility of residents. It's actually a finable offense for let your frontage be untidy. And one of the reasons, and the main reason why we're not able to enforce them is because we've been so overwhelmed with the small number of staff, so much to do. But as the systems that they build, as Lizzie say, let I remind everybody, it comes back to our civic responsibility. We know the right thing. And you know, it takes us all. You know that saying, it takes a village to raise a child? It also takes a village to keep a city clean. It takes us all, you know, we're not able to do them on our own. So because we love Freetown, even whether you're a Freetonian from birth or a Freetonian by choice, whether if we there, we're all Freetonians. So let we all play our part and do it best for take responsibility for we own space. If everybody do that, it's going to be a different Freetown. Our confidence in Aguam could do happy International Zero Waste Day, happy Good Friday, and God bless we all.
Sonia?
Yes. Thank you very much, Madam Aki-Sawyerr. It was quite a fruitful conversation. Really, we should be getting enough time, so we'll continue for talking. But sadly,